So the bar is very high now. Sorry. I'm afraid I have improved the talk from the experiences in London, so maybe I haven't done it the right way, so in the right direction. Okay, I was CTO of IBM Germany sometime, and I was used to be one techie for 30 managers, say, in the board, so all the controllers, the others. And they just want to make me the numbers, so they have explicit goals. Their goal is plus 10%. And for a techie, it's not the goal, it's kind of a wish or something. And I said, let's make serious objectives, what really to achieve as a content. And there's always the struggle of between form and content, and all the managers above me, they cared for the content. And if they talk about excellence, they do not really know what they mean. Excellence means, I think, plus 12%. You know, and so there's a kind of clash of cultures, and I want to talk about that. And maybe you can clarify a little bit in which company you live and what people are thinking. And it's basically, there's one thinking in forms of content for technical people, and form and methods and plans and schedules and business cases and all these things, which is kind of enforced lying for technical people. You have to surround the form to get the final result, and I struggled with all of these, and I give you now the psychological foundation for these things. And the second thing in my talk is that you have maybe to upgrade, because everything is upgrading. So normal coding and all these normal things can be done in India for half the price, and you feel that as if you are technical people, just having responsibility for project and all these kinds of stuff, then you have to have more skills than before. So 20 years ago, you just coded for months and then showed the result. Now you have all these projects and international connections and calls, things you may hate, but this is maybe half of your job now, and you have to be capable to be kind of 10% manager, 10% project leader, 10% some sellers, and all these things you hate. And these are the things where you have methods and forms, and this is like management controlling and all these things. And I think in the future world, all the higher paid people have to get all these new skills. And I mean it very serious. So I'm not telling you, but you should have more empathy, and the humans are important. So it's much more important than is usually said. It's about upgrading. Okay, I'm starting with this. Do you know this book? One Important Guy. So yeah, not really important. So the important people know this book. So it's written for managers, 80 pages, lots of pictures in it. So you can understand that. It's very easy. Maybe you know one single word from this book. This is a favorite word from managers. This is called comfort zone. Do you know that? Leave your comfort zone. This is from this book. Probably your boss has read that. Okay, I tell you the book. So it's 80 pages. I can tell you what the content is in 1 minute. So there are two mice basically living from cheese. They eat cheese, 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 cheese. There's a mountain of cheese. On page 5, the cheese is over. Gone. Okay, cheese means, it's explained in a book for managers, cheese means business. Business is gone. And then they are discussing how to get new cheese. There are two mice. The one mouse is more German. It's, in psychological term, obsessive compulsive. It is sitting there and thinking cheese is coming somewhere. All the time there was cheese and there will be cheese in some time. And let's just wait. And the other mouse is more American. It's hysterical, histrionic, and loves change. And say, let's go in other countries, somewhere we will find cheese. And the mainstream of the book is 50 pages, is about discussing, should we start looking for new cheese or not? And then they leave their comfort zone, of course. This is the message, leave your comfort. And they find cheese on page 80. That's it. This is a really famous management book. So if you are, I was in the senior management of IBM. 200 of us in the main managers in IBM Europe got this book, and okay, I had to read that. I was very angry and gave it to the shredder immediately. I wrote it. I made a new version of that book. This is 1.5 page, so it's on my homepage if you want to have the full version. On line 2, the cheese was over, and my stories is 1.5 pages. So cheese is gone, and they discuss for 5 or 4 lines, I think, in my story, if they should leave the comfort zone, and they decide to leave. That's easy. And then they are going through the whole world looking for cheese, looking for cheese, looking for cheese, looking for cheese, becoming hungry, looking for cheese, and then they die. So this is a new book. So it's a little bit longer. So yeah, looking for cheese, and then the world becomes very sticky. It smelled strange. Everything was fat. And the world was full of bacon. And they asked people, they didn't find any people. There were very small mice, tiny small mice. They said they are digital natives. And they said they live from bacon, and said, we hate bacon, please, where's cheese? And then nobody cares for cheese here. And then looked for cheese, and then they die. So this is the full story. And you have to acknowledge that maybe also what I'm saying is that kind of social skills for autistic engineers and from computer science people, all these human factors is bacon for you. It's very serious. And comfort zone does not mean that you are looking for new coders and new technology and something. You are. This is cheese, And maybe you're looking for cheese, new technology. Maybe there is some cheese, but I tell you, there's a lot of bacon in the world. You know, and you can die. And I know a lot of guys in America, and in America, so my nephew is working with SAP, and then a boss comes and then 30 of you are fired next morning, and please fetch over the work to India or China or something. That's a real case. Okay, I give you one example before starting psychology of technology people. What's going on in the world? So it's in Germany we say industry 4.0. In America they say cyber physical systems, and everything is merging. It's not about the Internet of Things. It's about it's a different talk. Integration of everything. So this is one example. The final vision, that's my vision, is that I would like to forbid cars in Germany. So completely forbidden. You are not allowed to own a car, and we just order some Google self-driving cars. That's it. And we have only taxis in Germany, no own cars. Just taxis. The idea is like cloud computing. You know, cloud computing means that your server at home is now not working, so at a utilization of 2%, say, or your smartphone has a utilization of 5%. And giving it to the cloud means that you can raise the utilization from 2% to, say, 50%. This is the idea. So just increasing the utilization. If you have just Google self-driving cars, you can also raise the utilization. So my car is now on the Frankfurt airport. I brought it there because of the strike. So I had a round flight, and I end tomorrow in Frankfurt. I should have a car there. So I went from Mannheim to Frankfurt, brought my car there, and went by train back to Mannheim, where I live, and then to Munich. So if we have Google self-driving cars, no one is striking. Everything is fine. The government of Germany gives you 24,000 kilometers flat rate. That's it. And my car has a utilization rate, I computed that of 7%, and it's going up then maybe to 50, and this means that we need only, say, 15% of the cars of today. Is that fine? We save 80%. So, next idea would be, the problem is with electrical car and all this energy stuff. The best one is fuel cells, to have fuel cells in the cars. The problem is you have to exchange them. So I don't like it, my wife hates it, or says she cannot do that. This is not the problem with Google cars, so whatever it is, this is service. It comes with fuel, the taxi, that's easy. And we can have a whole new energy system in the world. So I think 1% of the area of Morocco will suffice to convert sun into fuel cells. That's it. Solved. When in 30 years I'm very old, without teeth, I'm living 5 kilometers from Heidelberg in a small village, and you cannot buy anything there. So you have to have a car. And if you are 90 years old and you don't have a car in the small village, my daughter has to capture me and give me to a senior or something. And I'm kind of prisoner of. With Google self-driving cars, no problem. I said, just come, bring me to the next supermarket, it's easy. Everything is solved, okay? And this is the revolution. So Google has invested 500 million in a parcel service in California 3 months ago, 500 million. And they are just delivering, they are founding a new post service delivering parcels, that's it. It's very old business. And I bet they gave also 300 million to Uber, the taxi service. The Americans say Uber, I think. It's from Nietzsche, this Übermensch, you know. This is the Uber taxi. And you see, this is the plan. If Google is not dumb, this is my only assumption, if Google is not dumb, then they will deliver the parcels in some months or years with a self-driving car. In the next stage, they bought also robot firms. There will come an artificial human being and giving you the parcel. Then you are accustomed to having parcels by self-driving cars, and the next stage will that the taxi service Uber will exchange the drivers for self-driving Google cars. That's it. This is the new area. And you see, the only disadvantage, so it saves the world basically. A lot of money, the energy problems, everything. The only problem is in Germany that 30% of the jobs in Germany depend on building cars, manufacturing of cars. 30%. And then, of course, you need no gas stations, no taxi drivers, no parking slots, no parking houses, and everything collapses. So it means that 50% of the people have to change their job. You see, this is only one industry. I can have a full talk on all the others. The banks implode into the internet, the insurances go into the internet. So there's a big change, and you have to think about what IT means in this new world. So especially this means that there's a big business in the car area for technical people, and you have to then not only to be a project manager and a leader and an accountant or something like that, but I'm afraid you have to learn engineering, because this cars is not, there is not impossible to have a blue screen somewhere on the autobahn. You know, and what we call security in the connotation of NSA, here is the real security problem. That's all. So just have a broad view on the coming change we have. So I stole from this book, Meta Skills, I stole a slide. So it means that especially IT is working to dump every work down to robotic. So everything is automated, like Google self-driving cars. Everything is going this curve. So you start with creative things, and then some people can do it too, and then Indian people can make it for 1/3 of the money, and then it's automized. So this curve describes the McDonaldization of work. And your personal problem is to stay on the top. Else you are automized, or call centerized or something like that. And you see, especially, you see there's an alliance between managers, accountants, and the IT people to modernize the world, so that everything is coming down. So at least the last stage is being in a call center saying yes, no, or I don't know. And then it's fully automized in the computer. This is the process. A lot of work is going to be. And upskilling means to stay up. I chose some normal professions. My claim is that normal professions are in the middle. And by IT and automation and cloud computing, the middle column will vanish, and you can choose if you, are you this one or this one. If you are a seller, say in your company, IBM selling people, they have to choose. Either they understand full solution for the customer, empathy, all the full stuff, or the customer buys it on the internet. Normal is not really allowed. Normal is too expensive. So the customer is willing to pay for consulting, but then you have to be the master. Else he copies slides from the internet. But normal is too expensive. That's my main message. So you can choose upgrade to the right or going to the cloud. Okay. This is you have to Google for T-shaped personalities. You know this? Has that arrived in your company? This is also 15 years old, I think. It needs 10 years, like the word comfort zone, to penetrate through all the companies. It is a T-shape. So this is one imagination what a future person should be. It means that you are deep and broad. Deep means that you are normal techie, and means you can see 5 kilometers down into the earth, but your range of of mental capacity is only some nanometers. You're just deep, and you understand from one topic everything, but 10 meters away is nothing. So it's like at university. So there's a professor, he's the grandmaster of everything in his profession, and if he walks 20 meters away, there is a different professor, and they cannot communicate with each other because they are deep in different areas. Okay, the other species is manager. So they have always apologized that they have no clue of everything. Because they are generalists, they say. So they are very broad. They can talk 5 minutes about everything, but not only 5 minutes. Do you know your boss? Please give me some executive summary that I can survive 5 minutes with a customer. And after 5 minutes, they can decide which technical person should help. And then the technical person comes. This is deep, and he cannot really explain what he means. You see, the manager has 5 minutes, and then the technical people 1 hour, and the customer does not understand the manager, and then does not understand the technician. And wishful thinking would be to have people who understand both. This one, and this means T-shape. What really T-shape means is really unknown, so there are different opinions on the web. Just browse through. Some people mean that technical people should have some empathy or the soul. Managers should like a little bit content. So it differs. I have different ones. I thought about what the knowledge for the next age would be. I made a small list. First, I think I have that from my mother. If you are German, in Germany, if you get your grades in that school, then above the grades there are 4. You are rated according to 4 base personality habits. And in Germany is Fleiß, Ordnung, Betragen und Mitarbeit. This is on my, and you have to study hard, keep order, behave well, and on the school said, if the school said you are number one in study hard, number one in keeping number one, then you would be a little bit suspicious. So my mom would like it, but in some sense you are a suspicious person. It's too good. So you should have a grade B in everything. So that was fine. But you see, this is what my mother wanted to be, me to be, and this is also an expression that the society wants me to be this way, and the society wants me to be like a worker in an automobile factory, just in manufacturing. Work hard, keeping everything in order, make this modern times with Charlie Chaplin, you know. And these topics or issues are created 100 years ago. And you are educated according to these skills. And they love you if you are this way. And you have to change the imagination what a human being should be. And I would like to change it from this one to a more complicated one. You see, this is a small list. One is red. This is what techies usually don't like to be. Able to understand wishes and motives of clients. You have a lot of talks in this. You will attend that in the afternoon, and you will retire from this conference with maybe no change. You see, because you have to leave the comfort zone for selling competence. That's the problem. You will hear a lot of talks this afternoon. You say, yes, I understand, but you will not move. You are obsessive, compulsive mouse, German, sitting there and waiting for cheese. And selling competency is bacon. Sorry. Please go to my homepage or look for autism quotient, AQ, autism quotient. There is a test on the internet. Take this. I have lots of statistics. 10% of IBM made me the favor and gave me their results. And the result is, I know. You can make from 0 to 50 points. Normal human beings like my wife have 15, exactly 15. She's librarian. It's normal. Exactly 15. Normal controller manager has exactly 15. I have statistics on people. And computer scientists have a mean, so the median is 23 for IT people, 25 for engineers. 27, you have signs of a mild autism spectrum, so like Asperger's syndrome. You see, and you see, you are in danger from 27 up to 27, and the median for engineers is 25. You know what I mean? And this is your culture, and therefore selling competency is red. This is bacon. Okay, and you have to change your inner psychology to change. This is not easy. You can easily say managers should care for content. Yes, but for them it's the same problem. They have some other problems. You have your problems. Managers have their problems. I made a shorter list. So okay. I'm looking to the. My best example, do you know what your company does if you lost a 5 million bid? So you were in competition for a large bid and you lost. For IBM, say Oracle made it. And then we are very angry. Really, really angry. And the boss is even more angry because he gets only 9%, not 10% growth. And then there is kind of funeral So, so you come together to a meeting and then you look for the causes. Why did we lose this bit? And the session is called Lessons Learned. And then we are going to the customers and ask them, why did we fail? And the customer usually says, the cooperation was not really fine. You did not understand my wishes. And you have a lot of complications in there. And many from your companies came and didn't really understand the problem. You don't have empathy. I felt a little bit harsh, like Asperger, people running around. And the other company did care for me. They just cared. And then, so our selling guy came back to us in the meeting and said, "You didn't care." And then they go back to the customer and ask him if our solution was technically fine. Selling guy went back and came back from the customer and said, your technical solution was the best. And then we said, great, we are the best. And then, why did we fail? And then I asked the customer again, why did we fail? You didn't care. And he said, but we are the best. And we could not believe that. And then we said, so the sales guy, go back to the customer and ask him, maybe they decided on price. Because we are the best, maybe we are too expensive. And then the selling guy can know you are maybe cheaper than those people who won. And then what is the reason? And then also the customer says many times the social competence is lacking, the communication, everything is lacking. And you still behave like cheese. And bacon is this. And then you say, this is lessons learned. And the lessons learned is every time the same. So you have 2 of those sessions a month. Title is Lessons Learned, but you don't leave your cheese area. So you have to acknowledge that. So customers do like to be cared. So I need my favorite author in books. This is the only one. So I admire him. I would like to have written those books. This is David Meister with an A, not the German with E, but David Meister. Managing a professional services firm, and you can learn all these things there. Made a short list to make this point very clear. So you know that you have an IQ. You know that you have no emotional EQ, so it's not there. I proved that because the customer wants to have EQ, gives a lot of money for EQ, but you don't have that. Creativity is, if you have software development in waterfall model schemes, maybe you are creative. Talent for attraction, no, nothing. You see, you hate that. Yeah, so there's on one side of the world is kind of technical people with Asperger syndrome, and the other side is Paris Hilton, maybe. You see, Paris Hilton just makes money drinking Prosecco. And she makes 100 million a year just drinking Prosecco and saying some silly things and coming too late. That's it. You see? And you say, I hate these guys and girls doing like that. So and we have a manager always boasting around. And he earns triple money. Why? You see, they have kind of a talent for attraction. I coined a new word. This is unknown. This is entropathy. It's to make feelings in your opposite which are not there. So maybe you were, if you were younger, then you tried that with girls of 15 years old. That's a different problem. But you can think about customers that you seduce them, something. But normally technical people hate that. And the rarest thing in the world is willpower. The real victory is with willpower. So Steve Jobs can do that, Bill Gates can do that. All the Larry Ellison is really, you see, a little bit ugly, but very, very successful. He has vital competencies. So he's really excellent. So you can study all these elephants. And normal autistic people have no willpower because they know everything. Autistic people say, I know, I know, I know. And then the boss says, I don't believe. I can't understand. And then the techie says, okay, I've said that. And then you going back to your monitor and working. I continue my work. Please decide wrong. Okay, it's your company. And willpower means that you shoot down your boss. You just go through all the walls. This is a real rare competence. You hate this competence because you know so many people with wrong willpower. This has a reason. So the problem is that the normal company needs 10% willpower in the company, 10% managers say, and 10% should have the talent of vital, should have a vital intelligence quotient. And you need 10%, but I think there are only 5% there. And therefore, they hire all these people who have violence, and they make no difference between violence and vital competence. So, and then you have a lot of violent managers, and you hate them. But you see, basically, you have all in this room. Here is a very heavy point of IQ in Berlin today. Everything is fine, but the others are not there. This is the problem. Okay. I give you, for a better understanding, I explain it with animals. Imagine a dog, his manager. You take a stick, throw it, bring it back. Dog does it. Dog is very excited and says, give me a new job. So this is manager. Bring the stick. And he's very excited. Give me a new job. I want to have a new responsibility for my career. Give the stick. Bring it faster, even faster. And he's sweating all the time. Bring me a new... Yeah. You understand? And you have to award the dog. So it's very, very important to award the dog. You have brave dog, brave dog, brave dog. Say, give me a new job. He's very excited. Now a cat. Stick. Cat, bring it here. These cats are just looking. I'm a cat. So because I'm a cat, I know what the cat thinks. Cat thinks, idiot. Boss says, cat, bring the stick double in half the time. A dog would try that. Cat looks. I am a cat, so I know what the cat thinks. The cat thinks it's scientifically it's not possible to make in half time. Idiot. So then you can award the cat. So cat, brave cat, then please not now. Sometimes cats love to be, but it's not award, but just cheering. Cats do not like to be awarded because, you see, if a manager comes and tells you, thank you, IT super specialist, thank you that you did the project in time and in money. And the cat looks, thinks, idiot. You see, you cannot say thank you to a cat. You could say, master. Yeah. So, see, and this, I mean, humane keeping of technicians. If I would be a manager, they can say, master. But they say, thank you that you did it in time. That's because time and money is their domain, and they thank you for being fine in this domain. They never look if you have done excellent work. So that's not, this is content. They want, and they look on the form and then the methods. And humane keeping of technical people would be at least avoid to say thank you. I mean, that many times in IBM. Let us thank the people, and I said, veto. Please say master. The problem is that cats do not like that the manager comes and say you are the master, because the technical people know that he has no clue what a master is. So if a normal manager comes and say master to you, then you say you're lying. Because you don't know what it is. So and please think a long time about the difference between cats and dogs. So if a dog, so dogs make meetings. So if dogs come together, they immediately have a meeting, and managers all. Imagine you go to a manager and say, I have a problem, and you tell him the problem, whatever it is, and say to the manager, please think. Then he looks in a special way like a dog and says, let's have a meeting or a call or something. Yeah. And then they have a call, and then they bark together, and they hope that the result is there in 1 hour. But nobody of them is thinking. They come without preparation to the meeting and then bark, 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 and they go away. And they do not think in the meantime. They have a next meeting, and then they come together barking, and then... You see, a cat would, if you say to a cat, think, say, okay, sits down, thinks, looking for the mouse. Hours and hours and hours. And then feels that the mouse is coming, it's hearing a little bit. You understand? It's 2 hours in the night. All is dark, complete silence. And then the dog comes in. Could you say when you are ready, the customer is waiting, when did you, what is the expectation when the error is found in your SAP? And then you kill him. So he becomes, yeah, so, so you see, the most hated moment in techie life is that the manager comes in. So everything is relaxed, so very fine. Autistic people like that, complete quiet, and then comes in. What is the status? And you see, then you are in a status you cannot work anymore for hours because you are. Yeah. Okay, this is cats and dogs. I have statistics on that. You can make the MBTI test on the internet. This is the result for managers. Oh, it's a little bit rearranged. So one. I don't know what it is. 1 point is 1% of these. I give very short explanation. This is typical father law and order. This is where all the managers are in the test. This is typical mother is caring. This is law and order. This is caring. This is looking for the meaning of life. And this is technical content. This is the distribution of managers. Just law and order, method, form, command, and control. Okay? And the next one, I made all the IBMers, the top special, the certified IBMers made me the test. And this is more than 50% are technical. Some have a clue what meaning of life means. Some are project managers. They have some small talent for that. And nobody is caring. You see, this is the basic problem. So many people are looking, why are women so rare in this field? Why are women so rare in the field of management? Because, you see, the caring people are not there. So 50% of the women are there. But they are not needed because the technicians and the managers feel that caring is not really what economy is about. And therefore we are going through against walls. We have this financial crisis because nobody cares. And in principle we would know, but you see, no one is caring. And this is the reason that you lose all your bids. You are losing because you are even less caring than the technical people from the other company. And nobody is caring. So, and David Meister said, a professional is a technician who cares. This is a very important, bold thing. Look at the manifesto. So you have a session on Agile after my talk. Individuals in over process and tools. What does it mean? It means these people are right, not these ones. This is documentation and tools and processes, and these people. You see, just keep in mind these two statistics, and then. Individuals over processes and tools. It means techies over management. Working software over compressed documentation means techies over management. Customer collaboration, contract negotiation, techies over these ugly sellers. Responding change over following a plan. Plan is management. And this is basically a manifesto that you are techies, just not more. And all the agile, this comfort zone, you feel comfortable with agile, but you are completely without any success to convince managers and methodists and all these kinds of people to convince them that they are wrong human beings. You see, this is for cats. But most of the power is in dogs and in meetings and calls, and you want to escape them, and you have to convince them that cats is superior. It's a hard task, I tell you. So please, if you try to make an agile, please know what it means. And I think you can only have agile if the cats can deal with dogs. So this is the task. You cannot just have agile like cats, because the power and the money is with dogs. And all the companies I showed you is you can deal with agile, yes, but you have to rearrange that a little bit with dogs. And you should look that the dogs are not doggifying agile. So the agile is now first of all, this manifesto is fine. A cat can understand that. No documentation, no plan. It's easy. And then the dogs come and say, at least you should have some rules in it. And then then they try to make rules and conferences and rules. And after 5 years of agile, you have dogifying all the rules, and then you have other rules. But it's dog. And you have to look that you stay cat. But you have to have some empathy with dogs, sorry. Two cultures. I have read this book. There are some... I have to stop there. Yes. You can have the slides, of course. I made some cultures. Just to have a look on that. This is a book on cultures, not on human beings. The cultures have some colors. This is old companies like General Electric, Siemens, IBM. These old, big organizations in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So everything is on merits and honor. So basically you are promoted if you are old. And you have to make no errors, no faults. You just work, and then you are promoted. So this is like dog. Okay, this is the thinking of the dog. This is more German. The Americans have win at all cost. And the main thing is exploitation, innovation, competition, scientific methods, science, technology, inventions, innovation, all these kind of things. And you have to just make money, and the winner takes all the money, and the loser has to say, I lost, and has to leave the company. In Germany, we have now, my theory is that Germany especially has gone from, well, the old America was faster. So America in the 70s, 80s was blue. Germany is kind of blue, and the whole world is migrating to orange. And therefore we have shareholder optimization, all these kinds of things, the hire and fire. Losers out, losers are going without money, leave them alone. They should work, harder work, something. And there are different cultures. This is a struggle between kind of dogs and sharks, you know. And the technician people, there are two more cultures. The one is green. This is like Sweden or monastery or John Lennon. Give peace a chance. We are a community. You see, this is a really worthwhile thing. If you make an international studies, then you see that always Sweden, Norway, and maybe Switzerland, Finland, they are winning. They are more near to this model. So the government and the parties and the people have more this mindset, and they say all people should earn the same, and you should try to be loved by the other people, and maybe the lowest wage to the highest wage should be 1 to 2 or something like that, not more, not 1 to 200. So this is the most successful. This is caring. We don't have caring in this room. Sorry. So and therefore the people say, please team, please have a community, please love each other, please have empathy, please be green, but you stay in something different. Most technical people, me too, are yellow. Yellow means I'm just sitting in front of my computer and I'm the master of the universe in this nanometer of the world. So, and we say this is, in Germany we have the Pirate Party, and the original idea of the pirates is be responsibly free. they converted a little bit, so this is too complicated for this party. They are are only free. So this gives a big mess if everyone is free. It means responsibly free, and you are the master. And the technical people say, if everyone is a cat, if we have no dogs, no sharks, in this world we are sitting all in our computers and make a new version of Linux, and everything is fine. You see, these personalities are like Buddhists, just meditating and sitting there. And this is the only. If you have only meditating people sitting around and looking for a better life, then this is a world of peace and freedom. Everything is fine, because they don't interact with each other. If all people were autistic, the world is ideal, you know? The problem is you have dogs in the world and sharks and the others, and you have to work with them. So, and all these thoughts about agile and psychology means that you can try to make the culture of the world a little bit more yellow, but be aware you should look for green, and you have to develop some weapons to stay in touch with these orange people. That's that problem. So last slide, I found this on the internet for techies. It was originally written for giving good keynotes, but it's a different thing. This is complexity and elegance. And normal technology people like to be on the peak of complexity because they are understanding everything. And normally technical people stand like here in this direction, and they look on the dumb part of the world, because you are the deepest of all the ones in your complicated area. And then the customer comes, or your manager, and say, explain it to me. And then you explain it on the highest level of complexity. And then the manager or the customer says, please, a little bit simpler. And then your brain says, cat, I know, I'm a cat. Cat thinks, okay, dumbing down for you. And he hates the dog a little bit because he cannot understand that. And the technical people tend to dumb down. So just for dummies, you know. And what I'm telling is the real solution of the technical problem that the cats can arrange with is that you make real simplicity. This means ingeniously simple, not just dumbing down, dumb, simple, but ingenious, simple. I think there's only one guy in the world really is able to understand that. This is Steve Jobs. He's dead. Yeah, you see, he made such an iPad. This is just simple. It's simple. A technician with full complexity says you cannot make something with DOS in it. You cannot. You have no power about it. It's just okay. And normal people say, I love it. And I say, but for technicians, it's too simple. You see, if people with Windows, they love Windows, it's very complicated. But normal people think an iPad is ingenious. My brother-in-law, he always complains, he calls me, there's an ugly company, there are robbers out of the internet. He said, what's the problem? There is popping up a window, and there's this company. I hate this company. I have fear. I said, what has this company? The company is called Java. They say, download Java 17. What should I do? So you say, and for normal people, they have fear, and they need, but normal people need not the dumbed down version, but the customer wants to be a really simple version. And this is the fine art. So I close here. I have it a little bit nicer in German. This is a very expensive graphic design problem a newspaper did for me. So I have this one only in German, but you can understand that English is nearly the same, means dumbing down. This is a little bit just okay. This is perfect, smart, and ingenious. And please, as a technical person, if you combine all these cars and the dogs and the sharks in your life, if you have some empathy, then you maybe end with smart, and maybe in some time ingenious, but say smart. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So, I have questions. I hope you enjoyed the talk. I hope you were entertained. You engaged with the app. I have 2 questions for you. The first one is, do you know Race Against the Machine? And would you agree with its thesis? Race Against the Machine?
Yeah, I said that, yes, basically. So
basically, yes.
So many people understand that. I saw that somewhere in the newspaper. The world is divided in people who can program the machines, and the other half of the human beings execute what the machines say. And you have to stay on the top. This is ever the same theme, that you have that the machines McDonaldisize the world or the work, and you have to keep up. And the problem is that most of the people don't like it, to be educated or to learn. So basically, this is Bacon, what I meant.
Good. Thank you very much. Then I have another question. So, if you cannot say thank you to a cat and you cannot say master, how do you reward a cat? Is that even possible?
In my surrounding, in IBM research, in the really techie surrounding, people, half of the people didn't even know what their salary base is, or their class. So we had bands. Band 1, 2, 3, 10, and they didn't know. So they said, I'm okay with the money, but they long for having a conference in San Francisco or to go to Berlin. And I would like to, one could award cats with saying, you have done fine, master, and please select any conference, I pay for that. If the boss would say that, it would be fine, you see? And
I see. I totally
give some freedom, and we did it also the same way, that if you are going up as a technical person, you should have lower utilization. So I worked for the decision in IBM that distinguished engineers, the highest rank, has a utilization for the customer of 40%. So it's going from 100 to 40. That means that normal people, the lower technical people, should just work. And if you become better and better, then you should work for the company and for customers and for empathy and for innovation, for the really, in German, for what we mean with sustainability or Nachhaltigkeit, for the eternal values. And we basically we try to give cats freedom.
So freedom
to act. Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you.